Let's get it on. Why you keep attracting the same person in different bodies? Why you keep attracting the same person in different bodies? So in my 20s, I kept on seeing a pattern. I was dating and being in relationships, or dating the same person. And it was interesting because I'm very aware even when I was on my drug escapade and was in my particular spell of addictive behaviors. I'm very aware and I'm very conscious of patterns. So what I kept on noticing was I kept on attracting, and I was attracted to the same type of female. Either she was a Gemini, for some reason all of them were Geminis. For some reason they had the same behaviors I had, drinking and smoking. And for some particular reason they all had some weird thing with their name that I kept on noticing that was at the end. Nashika, Rudisha, Moesha, Moesha. So as I kept on seeing these same patterns come up and the same behaviors come up over and over and over again, kind of got fed up with myself because I didn't want to be in a relationship with that person. We were toxic. We always used to fight. It was the same patterns over and over and over again. Stress was a big thing. I wasn't doing no good. They wasn't really holding me down like I needed them to. And essentially, I wanted something new. I knew better, and I wanted something new. And you could blame it on the drugs. You could blame it on the alcohol. But essentially, we got to look deeper and understand that we don't have to take these particular things to create the reality that we're creating. I had one particular girlfriend right before I met D Ray or got involved with D Ray. I was in my journey, I was in my cleaning, healing journey heavy, right? This is when I turned off the TV, no music, no TV, no social media, no nothing for a year. I was just work and reading and doing my spiritual work, reading, doing my spiritual work, reading, doing it. That's all I would do. And essentially, I was in this relationship with a particular female. And boy, was I ever attracted to her based off of her habits. She used to drink so much. And during my healing process, I was like, "Oh, you about to get," I'm excited for her getting drunk or whatever. I don't know what that was, right? Like we would go to the movies and she would have a pint. Reminded me of me so much. Rolling, all of that stuff. And meanwhile, I met her in my healing process. Crazy. You feel me? But my old self was still attracted to her even though I was trying to become something new. My old body still urged and wanted that particular energy even though I was trying to, or I was longing for becoming something new. So it was a battle inside of me that wanted to fight that new self. And essentially, I fought it off. You know what I'm saying? I would have sex with this female or whatever, and what I'm saying, we would do our thing. But the whole time I was sober dating her, but she was Cooter Brown, a drunk. And boy, I don't know what my whole body used to just love seeing that. And that's probably just, and again, it's my old self for sure, but it was an energy that was craving um that habit. So when you are going through this transformation, when you are going through the spiritual journey, remember you're becoming somebody new. And in becoming somebody new, a mirror is always being put up for you. And the people in your life, whether that be an intimate relationship, whether that be your family members, whether that be your friends, have no choice but to change because you're changing. Not saying they're going to physically change, but how you're coming up, how you're showing up for yourself, something inside of them will approach you different. Something inside of them will move around you different, or they'll cease to exist in your life. So remember, you're in a mirrorverse, and essentially when you are attracting these same people in different bodies, essentially what you're doing is just attracting yourself. So you got to understand, you might love that old addictive, toxic self just based off of your cells. Your cells are itching and scratching for that because that's all they've ever been used to. But the big idea and the big game is for you to eradicate that notion of self that doesn't serve your greater good. You got to have a bigger goal, a bigger destination to hit rather than just being your old self. You got to want more for your life and want more for your spiritual journey. You know, a lot of times what happens is we know what we need to do. Our Dharma is already instilled in us. And we know how we're supposed to move, and we know how we're supposed to, or what we're supposed to do down here. It's just up to us to have the courage, the Hiru, the strength to actually accomplish that feat. So I want the family to understand that, you know what I'm saying, the person that you're seeing, the person that you're intimate with is a direct reflection of you, regardless of how you want to square it off or whatever, right? Essentially, your spirit, right, won't have people in your life based off of your energy is changed, so they will be withdrawing themselves from you based off of your more positive, uplifting person. And if they are meant to be in your life, then guess what? They'll start to get with the frequency, get with the energy, and then they'll start to change for the better. I always say this, D-Ray and I, whenever I'm in my work, whenever I'm in my bag heavy, essentially what happens is she gets in her bag heavy, or vice versa. Like if she's in her bag heavy on some cleansing, green smoothies, spiritual work type thing, then all of a sudden I capitulate to the energy, just based off of we're in a mirrorverse and like attracts like. So I want to encourage the family to understand to the core, right? Do your work for you first and change your you change your hypnotic rhythm, and then you changing your hypnotic rhythm, the people, the situationships, the relationships that's around you will also change. I know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.
New Love Life, the conversation, the connection, the chemistry. A love and relationship interactive experience, February 14th, 2 to 6 p.m., Houston, Texas. For singles and couples ready to deepen how they love.
Sometimes transformation doesn't come from being alone. It comes from meeting the right people, the ones who reflect you back to yourself and remind you who you're becoming. Join us for a love and relationship interactive experience, February 14th.